Hey everyone, 23rd of May, Tuesday, 26 minutes to midday on a Tuesday. I said that in Australia. Next video. Now, I've come across a website called BlockPay. Now, this is the funny thing: when you are invested in certain stocks, you tend to go down a rabbit hole that it's associated with those interests. Now, in regards to the cryptocurrencies, I'm heavily invested emotionally and I suppose financially with Bitshares and anything that's on the Graphene blockchain. And it doesn't get spoken about a lot because all you hear is Bitcoin and you hear about Ethereum or Ethereum, and anyone that's on Steem.com or is invested in Steem, Golos, these sort of communities do know a little bit more about the Graphene. And one thing we do know is that it's super fast, handles a lot of transactions, a lot of information, seems to be very secure and steady. And they're the things that I'm really interested in. All of these things together in 2 or 3 years' time, that's going to make these cryptocurrencies hold or stand. Because there's no point having a website and saying that you're a cryptocurrency if you don't have payment systems, you don't have gateways, you don't have these communities and invested people believing in the whole format and the whole foundation of what they believe in, or their core values. And you know, the thing is, it's quite a complicated process, and to have a worldwide digital currency be integrated over the next few years, you're going to need quite a lot of infrastructure. There is absolutely no doubt about that. You know, having a wallet on your computer is just one thing. What about EFT and your cards, and what about point of sale in retail and all of these things that are going to be relevant to the normal day consumer who, you know, there's 85, no, I'd say 90% of people don't even know what a cryptocurrency is. So the only way they're going to start believing in these things if it's something that they can use on a day-to-day basis and they have confidence in using it. So getting back to where I was going, and I found, and I did a video on Bitgate not long ago. Now, Bitgate's going to be bridging a lot of these technologies together, and I think a lot of the different blockchains together, and it's going to give them a sort of like, not necessarily a governing body, because I don't think people like that word, but I think more of a regulated body and an avenue to be able to bring all of these things together. And I think they're starting in Norway, from my understanding, and they're going to expand out from there and obviously do their testing and whatnot. Now, what I like about Bitgate and BlockPay is that they are definitely associated with a lot of the graphene technology. So Steem and Bitshares in particular, I've seen that they're referenced quite a lot. Now, BlockPay is a point of sale application, if you like. So you can go into a retail store, swipe your card, not necessarily your card, or I think it's you use your phone, and you can put in your details. And there's a little quick video here. I'm just going to press play, and hopefully you guys can see it, and you get a little bit of a quick grasp. It's got that little bit of a jingle. Right. I think we've all heard this jingle about 100 times on different videos. So BlockPay's in 44 languages. So digital currencies including Bitcoin, Dash, Ethereum, Bitshares, Steem, this point of sale device, QR codes. I'm yelling at you, sorry about that. Get a lollipop for doing it. So faster and safer than cash. That's a banker's dream, isn't it? BlockPay. There you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you all, but so it just gives you a bit of an idea that they're already starting to implement this type of infrastructure, and that's really, really important. And they're also talking about how it's going to be creating a bridge between all these other blockchains, so various different coins depending on what you're invested in. You can see some of them down here. Liberating BlockPay S. So it's quite a lot of information on this website. I'm not going to go and bore you with 20 minutes of reading all of this stuff out. That's up to you. I'm just giving you little hints and little planting the seed to go and have a little look and see what these guys are doing, and you'll probably find that it's quite exciting, and it means that it's all coming together. So what it does is builds a lot of confidence in a lot of these coins, and if you're invested in them, I mean, Dogecoin's even on this picture here. So, I mean, that's good for Dogecoin. People who are invested in Dogecoin may find that there's a future in regards to it just being, even if it's just a currency, you know. So, and all currencies are based on faith, and if the infrastructure's there, then people are more likely to want to invest in it. So, I think the more you see some of these minnows, because I still see Dogecoin as a minnow. It's what, less than a cent, or less than an Australian cent. So there's a lot of room to move over the next few years. Bitshares is here, and so is Steem. They're my two favourites. I've got a little bit. I think Ethereum and Bitcoin are here to stay for a period of time until they become obsolete, if that's could possibly happen. I mean, they're talking about Bitcoin costing too much to even create transactions and approvals, and I think it costs quite a lot. It's very slow as well, whereas Bitshares and Steem is 3 seconds. So that interests me, and I think that's where the future is going to be. It's graphene, 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 and I can't see anything else taking over that type of speed and technology, and that's where my confidence is. But BitGate is also, like I said, is going to be bridging a lot of this together. I'm not saying they're directly connected to BlockPay. However, when you scan down the bottom of the page and you see Ned Scott, who was a co-founder of Steem, and he's one of the consultants, what do you see here? I see BitShares, and I see Steem, and I see BlockPay. They're partners. So, and you've got FinTech here as well. So as I can see, they're bringing all of these things together, and that is what's exciting for me, and that's why I want to invest in these things a little bit more so than some of these other speculated cryptocurrencies that are not doing this. I can see that this is where my confidence is going to be leading me in regards to future. So that's all I wanted to share with you today, was just BlockPay. Go and have a look. Go and have a read up. I'll be interested to know of other applications. If anyone knows any applications that are similar, please shoot that into the comment section, either on my Steem account or on YouTube. I'd like to learn a little bit more, and that's the thing about this. We're all learning off each other as we go along. We can't all sit here on the internet and research everything. And this is my special effect here. I've spread that, showing you that EOS is coming. Alright, that's another one for you to have a little read about. I'll talk about that later. That's all I got to share with you today. BlockPay, BitGate, BitShares, Steem, Graphene. That's all. See ya.